All right, we're starting back where we had been after doing the quick crop and the color correction from the level section. Let me instead show you how curves actually works, because it's a much more powerful tool than levels. In fact, curves lets you do something very much like a levels. This is exactly like you set the slider here as 0.5, but you also have really any kind of curve that you want to have. This is one that Warren Keller has used a bunch. And if you notice right now, it's done something to the image, but not a ton. Now, each one of these things you can slide to your heart's content, and as you do this, you'll see that in fact it's making changes to the data. We're actually stretching the data here by doing this. So you can set this to any sort of reasonable curve you want, and by giving you just 2 points, I'm forcing you to only have a reasonable kind of curve. Now, don't think that you just have to do this all in one shot. So for example, let's just take this Keller stretch here. Something's coming through, but it's not done. So okay, we can say done. Well, we can go and we can say, all right, let's run that curve again. In fact, you can say, use your last curve if you want. In this case, it's the same thing as the Keller stretch there. Apparently it's not actually. In any case, you can go and you can use the Keller stretch here again. And in fact, you can keep running this if you want. And you notice that each time it gets, well, brighter and brighter, and we see more and more. At some point here, we've got, well, the background is really bright. Well, that's actually where levels comes in really handy again. You can just go fire up levels and slide over here and set a black point, a real black point now, so that in fact, oh my gosh, look at that. That's actually a pretty nice image already here, taken back in 2007 on an old SAC-10 camera from light polluted Baltimore. In any case, by just sitting here and calling up the curves tool, starting to play with this and saying, all right, well, you know what, maybe now I just want to do a little bit more here, or maybe I want to do this, or maybe I want a sigmoid curve, so I want it to be a little bit flatter looking, not quite so contrasty, or I want to have a higher contrast kind of curve. You can pick any of these kinds of things and be able to, here's a light contrast kind of thing, and be able to now come up with whatever sort of shape that you want. And again, by giving you just these 2 control points, it limits a little bit of what you can do each time, but it forces you to gradually hone in and keeps you from doing too much damage actually to it. So I kind of liked, let's go back even to linear here. I kind of think that maybe just a little brightening there, a little brightening there, maybe coming in and tweaking the background just a little bit there, and hey, that's not a bad looking image.